It's week 9 of the NFL. And coming up, it's the Commanders' superstar running back.
The sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. Tonight, we start week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in week 9? Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Coming up on 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And he rifles one incomplete. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Washington going to send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
Throwing right, and that's complete. A second juke. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. They'll set up a throw. Shakes off the sack. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. More multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
The Seahawks send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. He'll take it at the 42. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. 3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5 and 5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3 and 6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 2nd and 4. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 1st and goal at the 1. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders have taken the lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They've got a chance of coming out with a W.
2nd and 5. And a throw right sideline is complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 of the 34. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will stay at a 7-point game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So here is Washington now to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against the Baltimore Ravens, and they have the lead here as well. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination.
Brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Wide open receiver, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And Walker has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. They'll look to throw again. Walker with a grab, left side.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw here. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to run this one in, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Plenty of good matchups in that 1 o'clock Eastern window. It'll be noon at Soldier Field in Chicago. And a big test for the Bears as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being over in Arlington, where it'll be America's team, the Cowboys, taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Sunday night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure they're friends from the defensive side.
Walker hit and the ball is out. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try again. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Commanders take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. But right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, it would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
A gain of 12. And the Seahawks first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a short gain down to about the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They're going to look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Here's the 2nd and 7. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field. and work their way into the end zone.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Wood. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. He'll drop to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he whips that one incomplete there. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. They'll set up a throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now back to throw. Touchdown, Washington. From 3 yards out. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. He stopped to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Second and 4. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a throw here to his running back. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And Walker with it over the middle. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second and 2, first down marker at the 8.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
Results, fourth down.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start down the 5 on the 10. They should be ready to go.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Back to throw. Finding, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So a victory here for the Commanders. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, that's to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Washington, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll have a chance